I went to see Robert the very first free seminar I did. It was almost over a year ago, I think it was, and then took one of his 6 weeks classes. But I went to him for a private session because, mainly because of the loss of my husband. 6 years ago, my husband was killed by a hit-and-run driver, and he and his best friend both were killed. And it was a very, needless to say, very stressful time. And there was so much emotion, there was so much stress and shock involved in all that that I couldn't process it. And last year, it had still been 5 years after his death, and it was still one of those things that I thought I was never going to get over. And I went to Robert, and in just that first 2-hour session, I could not believe we cleared almost all of that grief and loss and shock and anger. It still is amazing to me that in just a 2-hour session with him, I was able to clear that out. And when he says, you know, you can go back to that, and is it going to come back, or you can try to make it feel bad, it's gone. It really is gone. Now, I mean, now it's been a year since I've been to see him, and not only is it gone, but it continues to get better because I can really remember all of the good things now I had with my husband, and there's no grief. There's no feeling of the trauma that I went through in losing him. So in a way, it's even enriched my relationship with my husband. I still say I have a relationship with my late husband, even though he's dead, but there is a relationship there, and it's much better now because I don't remember all of that grief and have all of that still locked inside of me. So I know that his next seminar is the losses seminar, and if you've had any kind of loss, I would highly recommend it because that does continue to play in your head, and it affects your decisions. It affects it affects everything in ways that you don't even realize until you give it up, until you let it go. So I recommend it entirely.